Welcome to the Daily Review. This is Razak, Senior Trading Strategist here at CMTrading, and today is June 5th, 2025, and today is Thursday morning. So looking at the highlights of the day, watching NASDAQ just inching higher. But first, look at today's major economic events. So 2:15 South African time from the European Union. We have the ECB, the Central Bank of the European Union, having a main refinancing vote. That's important for the euro. Now looking at the market, starting out with the Forex symbols, the US dollar slides versus the major pairs, and shifting over to the indices, the Dow Jones and the NASDAQ both have some modest gains. Looking at commodities, really unchanged from day to day. And as we focus on the stock, Tesla slides lower, while we're looking at Meta and Microsoft showing strength on the upside. And lastly, looking at cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin remains unchanged. So let's take a look at markets and see what we can expect from today's trading. So here we go. First with the GBP USD. You can see that the dollar is weakening here versus the GBP as we're getting this little bit of a bounce. Now it's not a big deal, but we are getting closer to resistance this area, and then it becomes a really big deal. Now this is on the GBP. Now looking at the Canadian dollar, also the dollar getting weaker versus the Canadian dollar. Yesterday we had a rate decision from Canada. Now it's just trickling down. It's not a big deal, but it is making a difference as it's breaking down even lower. Now looking at that, I mean, this was just a roller coaster of a ride, and this was beautiful. Why? Because it's a V formation upside down. Very clear, very interesting trading opportunity when it came to the Canadian dollar, especially as those tariff wars were starting to happen. Now jumping commodities, I'm not going to cover it because it's really not doing much. Not gold, not oil, and not natural gas. So let's look at the U.S. market, starting out with Dow Jones. Slight gains, very, very slight gains here for the Dow Jones. However, the NASDAQ did get a little bit bigger gains as it's inching closer to its all-time record highs. Now, what's pushing it higher? Microsoft, look at that, almost at its record highs. And that's also inching very closer. And Meta as well, as that broke higher. And the Meta chart looks very similar to the NASDAQ chart, and that's really super important to show both of them. Now, Tesla did sell off the other day, and it's really important to note it because when the market's going higher and Tesla's going lower, I'm a little bit concerned about the stock when it comes to that, okay? So just keep aware of it. Just have it on your portal because it will come up again. Now, nothing else is really just jumping out at me right now when it comes to the rest of the stocks. We are in summer session, so we're a little bit lighter right now. NVIDIA, not doing much, as you can see there. But lastly, looking at Bitcoin, also unchanged. And until we get a breakout, either to the upside or the downside, we don't care which way, we're not going to jump into this just arbitrarily. We may be shifting into a head and shoulders formation, but that's yet to be seen and yet to be confirmed as well. So this is Razak. I want to wish you guys a great trading day. Thank you.